The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5. Get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We're back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No meaning the voice, no guys, me, really rough, feeling raw, Terrell, Furman Jr. here at your service. All right. Another week in association and being a man of the people. Handing out jerseys left and right. Doesn't matter who. You show Ant some love, he might show you a little jersey. All right. Let's see here. But other than that, we got Scott Studio Reichel here for another week in the NBA. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beam me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, good to be back. Looking forward to another week of the NBA. Pretty fun overall weekend. Couple of nice highlights, couple of nice games. Entertaining yesterday. I was caught at the end of that Pistons game against the Sixers, which came down to the wire. That was pretty fun too. But yeah, overall can't complain. Pretty fun overall weekend, and let's keep it rolling.
Yep, let's keep it rolling here. It's a lot going on in the sports world now. You got NBA. College basketball is rolling, cooking up. Make sure you go check out those guys over there at the College Basketball Experience, by the way, over there, wherever you get your podcast, SGPN Network, all of that. But the hoops is hooping, and a lot's going on in the association. Teams off of back-to-back. The Lakers are good.
I think they got buried by Atlanta, missing their entire roster, but they've been good besides that.
But like anybody, that happens to anybody, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of times where we see one team just say, yeah, the whole team's out, and then for somehow, some way that team gets a win.
Yeah, pretty much.
But wins against the Spurs, the Blazers, who are hot, the Heat, who are hot, like all without LeBron James.
I've been impressed by the Lakers so far.
Let's talk about them. They're in town tonight, going up against the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets are catching 8.5 at home. Hold on. Where did this total go?
I see
238. 230.5.
Yeah.
So it's going down. Interesting. Really? Yeah, it is. Open up at 233, Scott.
Well, LaMelo's injured, so I'm not surprised.
All right.
Who could have seen that coming? LaMelo's injured and we're 2.5 weeks into the season. I'm shocked.
And the Lakers are in town. Like, come on.
Well, LaMelo might be – there are some rumors going around social media, mainly in Hornet circles, that LaMelo might be out for the season. And I don't know if that's true or not, or if that's pure speculation. It seems like speculation to me. But from what I've heard, it's not good. And he's had a history of ankle issues as well. So not a good sign for LaMelo, not a good sign for the Hornets. Of course, Brandon Miller is still out indefinitely. But LaMelo might be out for a relatively long time.
One, turn injuries off. Two, same year. I mean, new year, same him. We're used to this at this point. Austin Reeves is questionable. LeBron James out. Gabe Vincent out. Miles Bridges questionable. LaMelo Ball is out. Brandon Miller's out. Well, it's not as fun.
No, Hornets have barely any players. I mean, if Bridges is out, I don't know who's going to do anything. I know Knipple's been very good. Cockbrenner's been fine.
Didn't he just have 30?
Yeah, he just had 30 the other day. So he has been definitely the step-up guy at this point. I mean, Cockbrenner is solid because he is a center who stands under the rim and only takes layups. But I don't know if they have a point guard that can get him the ball. I mean, they have...
He's not going to dunk it, Scott.
No. Sometimes not. But you have Trey Mann. I mean, Trey Mann can give you some decent minutes if you need some props there. But the Hornets are very limited. And it's why I never had faith in this team to do anything, because their star players get hurt all the time. And their star players are hurt once again, which is not a shock. So, yeah, you're kind of picking a couple of, I'd say, secondary pieces that might have to step up in bigger roles. And so far, Knipple has been that guy. So far.
All right, so here's the thing with the Hornets. When the Hornets don't have LaMelo, and this is why I would push back back in the day against you, Scott, when you would talk about LaMelo, because when he doesn't play, this team goes back into being a pumpkin. Like, they're horrible. And at this point, nearly unbettable. They lost outright to the Pelicans, which is pretty hard to do, I'm not going to lie. And no matter what you throw out on the court, it's pretty hard to lose outright to the Pelicans. So they lost outright to the Pelicans. They did get the win against the Jazz, but then they looked completely horrible again in that game against the Heat. Yeah. And so I'm taking the Lakers. This Lakers team is good. Like, yeah, okay, they overlooked a Hawks team that had nobody playing, as a lot of teams probably would, and that was just the lights were way too bright for them here. But this Hornets team is damn near unbettable normally when you look at when LaMelo is not playing in the game, when they don't have that pace, that steady point guard setting the pace, pushing the ball up the court, being aggressive, also adding what he's able to do to the scoring workload. They're giving up 118 points per game recently. That's not too good. The defensive efficiency and the pace numbers have dropped all the way off for the Hornets and LaMelo being out. And when do you know the Hornets not to be running a blazing fast pace? So it's just a completely new identity for this team. They're not ready for it. So I'm Lakers. I'm pretty chalk here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you. The Lakers, at the end of the day, I know Redick was pissed as he should be in the post-game presser because they just no-showed the entire game. It is a very good spot for the Lakers and Redick to come out with a chip on their shoulder against a really bad team where they no-showed a game. Now they have a chance to get immediate, I'd say, frustrations off of their back. And I do think you're looking at a spot where the Lakers might bury this team. If the Lakers had beaten the Hawks, maybe I'd argue it was a letdown spot. But after getting killed by a Hawks G League team, basically, I think Redick gets his guys ready to go for this game. So I'm with you. I'll lock up the Lakers for this.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going back. All right, last 3 games. Yeah, Hornets not looking good without LaMelo right now.
No, the team's terrible.
Total's at 230.5. They're trying to get you to go bite on the under now that all those players are out.
I'm trying to think of who the Hornets have, though, because Bridges might not play. So you have Sexton, who should be having solid prop numbers in this game. I mean, Cockbrenner's not really a big scorer, but you got Knipple, who's been really good. So I don't know who else is going to score on this team besides those guys. Trey Mann can give you some run. So we'll see if he ends up being a starter in this game. But yeah, any thoughts? Because Luka can have a triple-double and the Lakers can still kind of coast. But do you want the under in this game? Because I'm not sure if the Lakers can, I'd say, put up enough points to overcome the Hornets offense being what should be anemic in this game.
It would just be on the Lakers to not care or anything like that. It probably is better suited under game.
Yeah.
But
I see Dogman mentioning, by the way, that the Lakers play the Thunder next, which is important, but at the same point, when you no-show a game against Atlanta like that, I do think the Lakers actually show up for this game. So I would have been interested in Charlotte had they beaten the Hawks, but after that embarrassing showing, I think the Lakers actually will not look ahead. I think they'll just bury this team, personally.
Good point. The look ahead is a decent point. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, the Hornets team is bad. Can't bet them.
Very.
All right. Next up, let's talk about the Wizards. Jesus Christ. All right.
They're almost better than the Nets.
Yeah.
I mean, they're clearly the worst 2 teams in the league at this point. Like, not even close.
Yeah. 1-9, Wizards on the road. Going to play Detroit Pistons. My Detroit Pistons, 8-2.
Seems good.
Pistons. Late 11.5 here. 235.5 is total. Don't piss off Jalen Duren. We've got, there we go. Nothing to submit for Detroit as they played yesterday. Bilal Coulibaly out. Yeah, I mean, how can you bet this Wizards team?
The only argument would be Pistons on a back-to-back. Maybe they'll sit a guy or two. They had a close game against the Sixers, so maybe they'd be sitting Cade or somebody, but I doubt it. Detroit has won 6 in a row. Team's good. They have won 4 of those 6 games by at least 11 points. So they have been blowing some teams out. I mean, Duren's been great. Cade's been great. The supporting cast has been good too. The Wizards are just a fake basketball team. them and the Nets, they're kind of just tanking at this point. And yeah, the Wizards have some veteran guys there who sometimes play, sometimes don't, but they get blown out either way. I'll be on Detroit. I can't back the Wizards. This team's a joke. Even on the boards, Duran could walk into another 20 rebound game potentially because besides Sarr, nobody else rebounds on this team. I think Detroit kills them if they care enough. I'll go Detroit minus 11.5. If you want the Wizards, maybe you pick them early because you think Detroit kind of sleepwalks through the early portion of the game. But the Wizards can't defend. They can't score. They really can't do anything right. And mentioning the scores the Wizards have been, I'd say, on the receiving end of recently, it has not been good. They lost to Dallas by 6. We know Dallas stinks. They played Cleveland. They lost by 33. Played Boston, lost by 29. Played the Knicks, lost by 17. Played the Magic, lost by 31. Played OKC, lost by 19. They're getting buried by any team worth a pulse, and Detroit's 8-2. I know they're on a back-to-back, but the Wizards walk into 18-plus point losses almost every other day. I'll go with the Pistons minus 11.5.
All right, couple of notes here. For reasons not like to not like the Pistons, 0-2 on a back-to-back this season.
Yeah.
ATS and straight up. So of their 2 losses that they have, both of them were on the second leg of a back-to-back. But this is also a comically bad Wizards.
Well,
Wizards
that's actually not true because they lost the first game of the season, so that wasn't a back-to-back. So they were 0-1 on a back-to-back.
All right.
Because they lost game 1 to Chicago.
They did. Hold on.
I mean, the Pistons have lost to the Bulls, who have actually been pretty good, and the Cavs, who are the projected number 1 or number 2 seed in the East. So they've lost to 2 apparently good teams, and they've beaten everybody else. So Detroit has kind of taken out the trash against bad competition this season, which is probably good enough for me.
Yeah, this is wrong. This is on one. Why does it say 2? Ron, I have a suggestion. If you're listening, wherever you're at, Ron, we'll see if he's listening. That's going to be the big test right there. All right, Wizards 1-9 ATS against the spread here. 6-3 for the Pistons. 2-0 for the Pistons as a home favorite. Yeah, man, I can't get to the Wizards though.
It's kind of crazy though. We're about 3 weeks into a season, and we're already writing off 2 teams as teams that we will never bet on ever, and it's the Wizards and the Nets. There's no point.
And potentially the Hornets.
Yeah, well, the Hornets are for different reasons, but yes.
Yeah. Give me a Detroit team total over. I think at the very least we could see them score on the second leg of a back-to-back here, put up points. I can't do anything to get behind. This Wizards team is dead last in points per game allowed. And it's crazy because they're one of the fastest teams in the league. They're literally just running up and down the court and not doing anything else efficiently. They're not scoring efficiently. They're not defending. They're literally just out there going to get cardio and call themselves NBA basketball players on the team.
Pretty much.
They don't dominate the glass at all, and you're going to be going up against Jalen Duren and Beef Stew, 2 really good, a really good rebounding team overall.
If there's no restrictions for minutes, Duren could really walk into another 2020 game. It's not, I'd say, out of reach for him.
Yeah, and he's getting on everybody's ass about playing defense right now. So
yep.
Pistons chalk again. Jesus Christ, back to back. We got to play it now.
Brody's got the chalk.
I need a dog. I need some. Oh,
We'll get there, but the Wizards and Hornets are not the 2 teams you want to start with for that. So
there's one on the horizon here, Scott. I am looking at it right now. But before we talk about that, gotta make sure that I talk to everybody about mybookie.ag, your place to bet on every single sport. Football, NFL, college football, college basketball. Shout out to Kobe College Experience.
How's your season going so far for college?
College is going pretty all right. I had, not too much action. High Point has done very well for me to start the season. And then North Carolina I mean, fading Kansas early in the season just seems like something I want to do every year at this point. I feel like every year Kansas just kind of starts the season.
I watched Kansas against North Carolina. Besides Peterson, that team stinks.
And that's how I feel like I feel about them every year. Yeah, I feel like that. The same thing about them every year. Like, I'm just not a fan of the Kansas team.
The trend that I found so far, kind of a relatively new team. I've been taking New Haven unders.
New Haven.
Disgusting basketball. They've played 3 games. They scored less than 56 points in all 3 games. It's been disgusting watching them play. Just take the unders.
Who doesn't play any defense? It's this school in
IUPUI?
Yeah, I think that's who it is.
Well, they changed the name now, like IU Indy.
I knew they changed the name. I thought I was tripping. I knew I was looking at it, and I'm like, dang, it's like,
unfortunate, though, because the last 2 games, the closing line went under by a hook. It was 192.5 against Butler, and then it was 185.5 against Long Island.
Shout out to my brother's player, Jackson Keith, over there at Butler, got his first 7 points against IUP, whatever the hell they call themselves now.
They give up 100 per game. Kent State.
No, yeah, and I'm saying it's crazy. Like, just giving up points.
I don't know if you've been following Kent State too. They've had a couple of crazy games so far this season. Kent State's up there too for points.
Jesus Christ, that total for that Butler game was 193, or like 192.5.
Yeah, went under by a hook.
Yeah, it was crazy.
The Kent State game against Cornell broke 200. Like, Kent State's been crazy too.
It's insane. Yeah, like they did that against Ohio State. It was like 112, 100.
That game got to like 210. Yeah, that game got up there. They're very fun. They full court press every possession. It's a lot of fun.
Jesus Christ. All right, head over to mybookie.ag. Go bet on those teams, all of that, college basketball, all of that. Promo code SGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 here. For new customers, that's mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. No, you're getting the best prices on the market with Novig as well. So head over there. You can get a bet. Instead of paying minus 115, it might be minus 103. Why not? Go. Novig right now available in 35 plus states too. So more states available. Go see if you're supported. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 when you use promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. Let's see here what we got going on. Eddie in the chat, he loved that Detroit basketball. All right, Miami Heat at home. Welcoming the Cleveland Cavaliers. Heat catching 7.5 at home. 247.5 is the total. Jesus Christ.
It was 246.5 overnight. It actually moved up a bit.
Larry Nance Jr. is questionable. Max Strus is out. Drew Smith is probable for the Miami Heat. Bam Adebayo's out. And, of course, we haven't seen Tyler Hero this season yet.
Yep.
Well, shit. Shiver me timbers. 247.5. I mean, they're expecting these teams to run.
I'm not taking the under. I'll tell you that much. I'm not interested in the under in this game.
I mean, the pace is, the Miami Heat set the pace for the season already. So the pace is going to be up there. We're going to see a lot of threes in the matchup. It seems like they're going to get all the attempts as long as they're efficient in them. We're going to see the points. Both of these two teams shooting top 10 in effective field goal percentage for the season. I mean, come on. What are we talking about here? You're giving the Miami Heat 7.5 points at home. Like, it just seems like, and the total's at 247.5. It just seems like we're going to see this go up and down, up and down, up and down, and the last team with the ball is probably going to win.
There is a chance, not even a low chance, but there's a chance that one of these teams could, in theory, reach like 135. And that would surprise absolutely nobody if that ended up happening.
Is that what we do? We bet both teams team total over 134.5.
I'm just saying, like, I think we're going to get up there in points. You're looking at Cleveland. They've scored at least 132 in 2 of the last 3. Nice comeback win against Chicago. They scored 128 in that game. Miami had a crazy game early against the Hornets. Eventually, they ended up winning. They scored 126. They scored 53 points in the first quarter of that game. That first quarter had 86 points, and the game still somehow went under, which is almost impossible. But they had 41 points in the third quarter combined. That's why it ended up happening that way. Played Portland the game after. That game landed 267. So I can't take an under. I think both teams are going to shoot a bunch of threes. Both teams are going to play fast. Garland's healthy again. Mitchell's been good. Hunter, he might have killed somebody in his last game and then posted on somebody, but we'll get into that in a second. But the point is, the Cavs can score a bunch of points. The Heat can score a bunch of points. The pace is high. I got to go over. As crazy as that sounds, I think one of these teams minimum gets to 130. So I got to go over. The Heat borrowed the entire previous Grizzlies regime offense, bunch of motion, bunch of up-tempo, and it's basically turned into a Mike D'Antoni situation where I'm not taking an under on anybody because this team just goes crazy pace. There might be at least one quarter with 70-plus points. I got to go with the over in this game. I don't have a choice.
10 games this season. Do you know how many times the Heat have gone over?
What, 247.5?
No, how many times they've just gone over the total?
Oh,
in
10 games?
Yes.
Well, I said they went under against the Hornets despite having 86 points in the first quarter, which is impossible. I don't even know how that happened. I'm going to say 9 out of 10.
Yes, that is the only time that they went under this season.
It's still
Insane.
crazy. The one time it went under, they had 86 points in a quarter. I got to go with the over. I don't have a choice.
Cavs sitting here at a lowly 5-5 on the total for the season, but the Miami Heat, I mean, you're just going to take Heat overs for the rest of the year. I mean, it doesn't matter what lineup they throw out there. They have the offense, and somebody's going to get the ball in the basket.
We're crossing 250 at some point. I think we have to at this point. So I'll go with the over.
And talking about the point that everybody else wants to know, I mean, we already know Miami Heat is a dog. I don't think I have to mention that anymore. But Cavs 3-7 ATS on the season. You have the Heat.
They should have lost to the Bulls the entire game. That was a nice comeback, but they were not good for most of that game.
Yep, 7-2-1 ATS for the season for the Miami Heat. Rolling, trucking along, covering the spread, being a cash cow. So, yeah, all over the Heat in this matchup. It's pretty easy for me.
The only thing that I kind of have a hard time with is the lack of size. Because with Bam being out, Ware still a bit raw offensively. You got Allen, you got Mobley. It could get ugly on the boards potentially. We'll see if Jaquez plays more minutes to try to help neutralize that, or Jovic is solid on the boards. Shout out to Jovic, by the way, 29 points last game against Portland. I think I'll agree with you. I'm not going to bet the side, but as crazy as it sounds, I might actually bet the over. I know.
I mean, there's no Bam in the game either. There's no type of rim protection.
I think
Miami
it gets
Heat.
to 250.
So,
I think each team might make like 15 plus threes, and this game just turns into an absolute track meet. I'm on the over.
They're literally, the Heat are going to take the ball out of the basket and throw it half court and already be out on the break, ready to try to score the next bucket. Like, the pace is going to be insane in this game. Yeah.
By the way, I think the Heat, are 8-2 to the over because I'm pretty sure their game against the Spurs went under.
It depends on where you got the number.
Okay. Because I'm not even sure if the Heat didn't even get it to 105 in that game, so I assume that game went under. But
or it's the Hornets game where they have one of these games is off. But 8-2, 9-1, they're scoring. All right, where are we at? San Antonio Spurs. Let's talk about the San Antonio Spurs and the Chicago Bulls. Bulls catching 3.5 at home. 237 is the total. Let's see here. What do we got? For the San Antonio Spurs, Luke Cornett's questionable. Dylan Harper's out. Dylan Harper's going to be out for a little bit. Josh Giddey's questionable after getting sent to the floor.
that was rough.
Yeah.
It didn't even look right, by the way. It was a nice move by Hunter, but he felt like he was in some type of basketball movie. You know what I mean? It was kind of like an anime-ish fall where he just
like
in the wrong direction.
Like it was a commercial. Like he was.
I couldn't tell what he was trying to do. He just ended up on his ass, and then Hunter finished the play by posterizing somebody. But yeah, Giddey hurt pride, might not play in the game tonight.
Patrick Williams is probable. Kobe White's out. Zach Collins is out. Oh well, I mean,
if Giddey does not play, do you think they have any chance? Because I don't think so. I think Giddey's
I don't
that
think so
important to this team.
either. Yeah, I think I don't think so either. I think the Spurs are still a good team. I'm still trying to question and figure out where we're at with the Bulls right now. I mean, maybe it's one of those times where the Bulls are about to come down and then they'll go back up for a little bit, then they'll come back down. But like, I'm very questionable where the Bulls are at. It was a very valiant effort against the Cavs, but I mean, it fell on deaf ears.
Yeah, they should have won the game. They were killing them early.
They were up. Yeah, they were up big. So
I will point out, by the way, Chicago is 5-0 at home, so they have been very good in the United Center. But without knowing Giddey's status, I can't take Chicago. He's that important to this team. And the Spurs, people are kind of acknowledging Wemby's been struggling a bit lately with his efficiency. I don't know what that was in the last game where Wemby just decided, you know what, let me take 9 threes. I thought we went through this already. Like, you're not a great shooter. Just go to the basket. It's fine. He was 2 of 9. Didn't matter. Fox came back at 24 points. Castle at 13 assists. The Spurs just have so many weapons, especially now that Fox is healthy again. And with Giddey potentially not playing, it's a really bad matchup for Chicago. Not to mention Vucevic being an abysmal rim protector. And now you got Wemby, who you got to deal with. So I don't see many answers defensively for Chicago in this game. I'll go with the Spurs minus 3.5. The thing about Wemby is, despite the shooting not being that great, they lost the game to the Lakers. Again, they almost won, but they still lost. And they lost to the Suns, but they've won 2 straight. They beat Houston. Houston's good. They beat Houston by 11. Like, even with Wemby not playing that well offensively, they've still been winning some games. So I like San Antonio minus 3.5.
okay, so yeah, if no Giddey is really, really going to kill this Bulls team because of how fast they like to run the pace, and they need to have the effective ball handlers to be able to deal with the pressure of the Spurs. Spurs do force a lot of turnovers, and in turn, they also are very, very good in transition and scoring. One of the best teams in scoring out of the fast break, scoring in transition.
So what do? You use Trey Jones and you use DeSumo, and you just hope that you could handle De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle? Like, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, so even with Giddey, they probably had their hands full, I'm not going to lie, but definitely a tall task if he doesn't go. I'm with you. Probably just got to lay 3.5 with the Spurs here.
You can wait until Giddey plays or not, but even if Giddey does play, if he actually does have a bad ankle, have fun with De'Aaron Fox. I don't see many great defensive answers for this team against San Antonio. And we know Wemby's a one-man wrecking crew on defense too. So I think it's a good matchup for San Antonio.
Yeah. And I do think the ankle really is a problem. It's just funny that the ankle is the injury designation now after what happened. But, like, the ankle was already a little,
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm with your Spurs. Total's at 237.
If Giddey doesn't play, do I think this team can actually score? I don't mind San Antonio team total over, but Giddey does so many things for this team. And Vucevic, I know, can shoot, but you have Wemby patrolling the middle. It's just not the matchup you're looking for if you're Chicago, or if you're an overbetter trying to back both teams. I'd rather pick San Antonio to score 120. That's kind of how I'm approaching this game. Do we agree on that? I'll ignore the Bulls entirely. Just give me the Spurs team total.
Yes. If I had to take a pick, I would say the Bulls just go ahead and do enough to be able to force it over.
I didn't mind Bulls team total under, actually. Bulls have scored less than 117 in 3 of their last 4. And now Giddey might not play. You got Wemby to deal with. I don't mind the under on that Bulls team total. So keep an eye out for that, too.
And the Spurs just run things up.
Yeah, and you got Wemby once again, who might end up with like 7 blocks. Who knows? That could happen, too.
All right. I'm with you. The Wemby MVP been tanking over the past weekend.
Makes sense. I don't know if he's going to win it, but he's going to be in the running.
We'll see. Definitely a nice return on investment. We decided to sell out of that. All right. Milwaukee Bucks laying 2.5 against the Dallas Mavericks.
Congratulations, by the way. You managed to beat the Wizards. You lost the first time, but you managed to beat the Wizards. Congratulations.
In a revenge game. Good spot. Dallas is catching 2.5 at home. 229.5 is the total. no injury report for the Milwaukee Bucks as they did play basketball yesterday, taking an L.
Very good
at
game
that
against the
to the
Rockets. Nice
Houston
comeback.
Rockets. Yep.
You see the Şengün move, by the way, on Giannis there late in the fourth quarter?
Yep. And that's where this is also where things are going to be interesting because it sounds like, I mean, we'll see. I don't know what the line's telling you. Is the line telling you that we're expecting a lot of people to be in for this game and they're actually going to be out? Or are we expecting all these people to be in and you're telling me that these teams are actually just 2.5 points away from each other? But no injury report for the Bucks because they played yesterday. Anthony Davis is questionable. Daniel Gafford is questionable. Derek Lively is doubtful. I mean, I'll say it. I'm not a big fan of Milwaukee. I think a lot of people know that. But especially after watching the game yesterday, are you really telling me that this Milwaukee team is only 2.5 points better than Dallas in any shape and form and whatever they throw out there? This Dallas team, fully healthy, lost to the Wizards.
Yeah. They almost lost again to the Wizards. They managed to win the game, but they were trailing in the second half of that game, too. I see Free Sauce mentioning that the last back-to-back Giannis played 24 minutes. They got curb stomped by Toronto. I was shocked Giannis played in that game. He had the game winner against Indiana the day prior. They went to Canada. They ended up losing. So you could argue Milwaukee on a back-to-back might be one of those teams where they just no-show back-to-backs and it is what it is. But they're off a loss. Like Houston, I think we agree, is viewed as being a potential title contender. Whether you believe that or not, they are viewed as being one of the elite teams in the league. They led for 3 quarters. That game was close. Giannis had, I think it was like 37. And they lost because Durant went crazy in the fourth quarter and Şengün put the game on ice. But the point is, Milwaukee off a loss. I'm not going to overreact to the first back-to-back against Toronto because they did beat Indiana the day before. I think Milwaukee's motivated. They had a good showing against a solid Western Conference team. They fell short, but I think they bring it in this game. And I don't even know how well you have to play to beat this Dallas team because they can't score. This Dallas offense is an absolute mess. They have no point guard. The flag point guard experiment has failed. D'Angelo Russell's been bad too. Clay's been benched. It's been a mess. And not to mention all the injuries they've already had. Nothing has worked for this team the entire season. I got to go Milwaukee. If they had beaten Houston, maybe I'd argue in favor of Dallas. It's a letdown spot. They might sit some guys. But Milwaukee lost yesterday at home. I think Giannis plays, and I think they win this game.
Yeah. Even if Giannis doesn't play, like, is it for certain Dallas is gonna win? Like,
Maybe Golden State without Giannis.
Yeah, like they were really solid. Ryan Rollins has been playing pretty solid ball. Like they've been cool. And this Mavericks team, like I said, can't score. In their home games this season, they're scoring 106 points per game. That's not enough to get it done. This Bucks team, especially Ryan Rollins, just really doesn't have any fear. Like they understand they may not be the most quote unquote talented roster, but damn, are they going to still go out there and put forth a good effort? Both of these two teams run pretty fast pace on the road for the Bucks and at home for the Mavericks. So like, I could see some getting up and down here, but like, I just don't trust this Mavericks team. Like they can't, like you said, they can't score the basketball. They're defensively any given time, but I think the Bucks got enough. And then you're telling me it's not a foregone conclusion that Giannis is not playing in this game.
Yeah. And the reason why Dallas, by the way, is close is there are rumors that AD might play. He's questionable. I'll believe it when I see it. That's all I'll counter with because I don't trust AD to play.
And if he plays, he's going to play, what, 20 minutes? Like,
I'm not even sure. So I'll go with Milwaukee in general. I do want to give a quick shout out, though, to a guy on Milwaukee supporting cast who's been quite good this season, stats-wise. Kyle Kuzma. 12.4 points per game, 54.5% from the floor. Not terrible. Not that bad. Like Milwaukee supporting cast with AJ Green, with Rollins, with Trent, Cole Anthony. They've had some decent people step up. Like I actually don't mind the depth on this team. And Dallas, nobody can shoot on this team. So I think part of it's based on AD playing and Giannis maybe not playing, but awful loss. I think that Giannis ends up playing personally for this game.
Bad spot, both of these two teams in these situations. Bucks in the first half, 0-4 on the road, 0-6 for the Mavericks in the first half. So something's got to give there. Scoring doesn't happen much in these situations. Bucks 1-3 to the total on the road here, and we've got for the Dallas Mavericks 1-5 at home.
I like the under in the game. If you've been blindly looking at Mavericks unders, you've done quite well for yourself. This team can score.
Yeah.
And they kill the pace of every game. So I like the under, especially with Milwaukee on a back-to-back. Rumors Giannis might not play. 80 if he does play, minute restriction, all that stuff. I like the under in this game.
Yeah, 229.5 and going under as well. Just I don't trust him to score. I really don't. All right. For what we got 3 games left. Cool. Before we get to that, gotta talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. I'm about to line up now, Scott.
That's fine. Yeah.
What do we got going?
I want something in that Miami game because there might be 9,000 points. So I want something in that game.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see who's available.
I actually don't mind Hawkes. I don't mind Hawkes PR.
He's been good. He's been good. It looks like
a fringe
rookie year
a couple games ago. Yeah, he's been very good.
Yeah,
Doesn't even start for that team, but he's good. So I don't mind the Hawkes PRA.
Hawkes PRA 25.5.
Yeah.
Higher. Cool. Can do that. He's gonna slash and get to the rim. Let's see here. What else do we have to like?
Do you want the Aaron Fox points? Had a good debut.
Going up against the Bulls. Yeah. 19.5.
Unless you'd rather take Castle assists or something with Wemby, but we think the Spurs score some points in that game.
Yeah, the Castle assist is actually interesting at 6.5 too.
He had 13 last game, so I can get behind that. You want to do the assist instead?
Yeah, let's do Castle.
Okay.
It's a nice little pivot there. We don't normally play that too often.
And Duran rebounds, and then we're good to go.
Did I miss a game? I missed a game.
Yes, Portland and Orlando.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get back to it. It's fine.
Oh yeah. No, because I was just looking at that game. It's like, but wait, what did we say? Duran rebounds. Yeah. I heard you. I was still stuck on the fact that I had skipped the game. But yes.
Assuming that they don't totally blow them out and all the starters sit the fourth quarter, I really think Duran's got a chance to go for 15 plus, 20 plus rebounds.
Set 13.5. I didn't blink either.
Yeah, I like the over. I like the higher on that.
It's crazy. He and Angel Reese are not even the ones together. Wendell Carter, what are you doing? Are you not learning? Why is everybody not learning from their WNBA girlfriends? I don't get it. Jalen Duran hired 13.5 rebounds. Somebody took lessons from Angel Reese. Amy Jaquez Jr. higher 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Stephon Castle higher 6.5 assists.
I don't think people realize Duran might be an all-star this year. Guy's been crazy.
Hey, I wouldn't be mad at it.
I wouldn't be mad at all. I'm just saying, like, keep an eye out for Duran. He could be an all-star. Like, he's been really good.
All right, make sure you go play that over there at Underdog Fantasy. Promo code NBA SGPN. Get you that $100 bonus when you bet just $5. All right.
Rhythm?
Also brought to you by Rhythm. I was pulling Rhythm up, Rhythm Labs, see what's cooking up over there in the prop realm for the NBA. Whoa, got to restart there, refresh. Rhythm always has updates because they're always making sure everything is ready to go for us. And let's see what Rhythm likes over here. I was just talking about Wendell Carter and not learning from his WNBA girlfriend. They got Wendell Carter under 8.5 rebounds up here, Scott.
Sure, why not? It's right on cue.
6.7.
All right, I'm in for it. Let's do it.
They got him. They have Wendell Carter projected for 6.7 rebounds.
Miles Turner will be proud. So that's all I'll say. Yeah. 6'7", 6'7".
Kids did something with that one.
Is that a dance from the song, by the way, or do people just make that up? That is from the actual song.
Yes,
okay.
It is from the song.
All right.
So the song went popular with the kids, and then it became the TikTok sound.
That part I knew. I wasn't sure if there was a dance attachment in the actual song or if somebody just used the song and did their own thing. Okay.
It's so funny watching like sportscasters try to understand 6'7" and not get it at all, like completely not get it at all. What was they had?
I might be out of the loop. Is there really anything to get? I thought
Nope.
it was. That's what
Nope.
I thought. I thought
It's
it was
just
just
you hear it and you say it.
Yeah,
It's just you hear it and you say it. Like call a response.
There is nothing to get. It just
But they're trying to get it.
Yeah,
and you're watching them trying to get it is just hilarious. Like one dude was like, I think I'm like 6'7", and they were like, you are not 6'7". Like what? You're not 6'7". Like they just couldn't understand it and they were playing into it. Kids are getting expelled. Like how we were doing the DX cross chop and getting suspended. That's what they're getting suspended for 6'7". Saying it too often, too much. Just throwing it out there for the people. People with kids understand. They know. All right, where are we at? Yes, we're going back to that one right now because I did skip it. It was literally the second. Oh man, we're still on.
You said that Kent Carter Jr.'s projected rebounds are 6.7, and then we never.
And that's how we got on the 6'7" rant. Yep, I was in the middle. Wow, crazy rhythm read. There you go, rhythm. Everybody's going to be locked in for this one. Promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app. Get 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. Magic going up against the Portland Trailblazers. Magic at home, laying 2.5 here. 235.5 is the total.
On a back-to-back, too, because they played Boston yesterday.
Yes, they did, and lost.
Of course they did. Yeah. It's not been a good season for Mosley, I'll put it that way. It has been pretty rough.
It has. It really has. It's actually disappointing.
Very.
Wasn't he leading in Coach of the Year?
Yeah. Well, because they were projected to win 50-plus games.
Yeah, he was the favorite. Damian Lillard's out, if anybody wanted to know. Scoot's still out. No Tybal, no Blake Wesley.
Drew Holiday almost triple-double last game. Could not get the last rebound, but he was very close. There's no chance I'm taking Orlando. For the record. So
I was about to ask you because the last time I feel like I was up here and I was really, really talking, I was like, man, I really don't think we could ever like really trust Orlando right now. And they've won a few since saying that. They've lost a few since saying that. It was a back-to-back game set between the Boston game, so you can look into that however you want to look into it, but they did win the first one, lose the second one.
I like this Portland team. I think Portland's good. I'm not saying they're going to be really good, but they're a playing team. Like, that's good enough for me. Portland has an identity. They play fast. They can be frustrating to play against. I don't know what Orlando actually is. Mosley got into it with the post-game reporters, and he might get fired midseason. I brought this up a couple episodes ago with Talante, and Talante thought they would keep him. I'm honestly not sure about that. Like, it's gone so badly that Mosley might honestly get tossed midseason. It's been that bad with expectations. You're looking at Orlando, though. There's a Paolo question there. Franz has been fine. The shooting's been a bit inconsistent. Suggs, once again, the bench is non-existent. There are just a lot of problems with this team. But the turnovers are ugly. The defense has been a catastrophe. There are a lot of questions and not really enough answers for me. I took Orlando against Atlanta a couple of games ago, and they got buried. So I'm going to go with Portland. I wrote off Orlando at that point and said I'm not betting on them again until further notice because they got buried against Atlanta in that game. I'm good. Give me Portland. They play hard. They play well. And Avdi has been filthy. Avdi is good. Avdi is a solid player. He might win Most Improved. So keep an eye out for Avdia. But I like their depth. I like their lineup. I think that Splitter's done a great job filling in for Chauncey. I like Portland to get the job done here. Give me Portland. Once again, Portland playing a team on a back-to-back. I keep bringing it up every time. It's the dumbest schedule I've ever seen.
Hey, honestly, and that's probably going to be what the selling point is for me. I'm tired of not being on the Portland versus teams in the back. Well, I mean, I was on the wave, but like I feel like I haven't been committed to the wave like I should be committed to it. So I feel like we do have to. They keep giving them good spots, so why not take Portland like that? there's no reason to watch them have a good spot against all these teams this early in the season and not bet them and not take advantage. Like, how many times we're going to be gifted this?
Even the
This
last
is
game
what,
they
the third or
lost to
fourth
Miami.
team?
Even the last game they lost to against Miami, that game was close. Miami's pretty good. Like, they hung in there. They scored 131 points. I don't know if Orlando can stop anybody.
Yeah. The Orlando defense has not been anything to really write home about, to be honest, over the course of this season.
There is a Palo Alpha problem on this team, too, but there are a lot of issues overall.
All right, we're on Portland.
Good team.
Yeah.
And Scoot hasn't even played yet.
And the Orlando Magic powers at home really haven't been on this season at all. Orlando Magic at home, 2-3 straight up, 1-4 against the spread.
I have mentally tossed out Orlando this season. I bet them twice. I lost both times. Until I see any change, I will not be betting on Orlando. They're just not worth the effort for me. So, Portland.
Yeah. I did get Orlando in the first game against Celtics, though.
Yeah.
So, I'm cool with them for that. But, yeah, no, Orlando's not it for me. All right. I like over. Yes. At least Portland to score at the very
That's how I
least.
feel.
It's just like, come on. What is this officially 4 teams that they played on the second leg of a back-to-back?
They've played so many teams on back-to-backs. It's actually insane how many teams they played. Played the Lakers, I think it was twice. The Warriors, they played the Magic now. They've played so many games against teams on back-to-backs. It's actually wild.
Yeah.
I don't have it in front of me, but it's happened at least 3 times, and we're like 2-3 weeks into the season.
I'm going to have to pull it up. I'll figure it out. All right. Where are we at? Next game up, we've got... Now we're getting into the last 3 games. The Phoenix Suns have kind of turned around their
Not
season.
bad. Beat the Clippers a couple of times. Clippers we'll get into in a second. That team sucks. But nice job by the Suns. You know, they were really bad early. Lost to Utah in overtime. Thought, this is going to be a disaster. And then coincidentally, Dillon Brooks is injured and they win some games. Just kidding. But not really. Point is, Jalen Green came back for a little bit, had a great game, got injured again. So he's going to be out indefinitely, hurt his hamstring, which sucks. But this team looks competent. New Orleans definitely does not. So shout out to Queen, though. Queen looks very good as a rookie. But the Suns are the better team. Do you like the Suns team? They're better than I thought.
I mean, they're playing better than they were, but I don't know. Like is strong to say. But they're laying 8.5 here against the Pelicans, who...
I mean, this team is...
the Pelicans.
Yeah, pretty much. Zion's injured. What else is new? Trey Murphy dropped 40 and change last game. Nobody cares. They lost anyway. I don't know why Queen's not starting, to be honest. Queen really
because he's not European.
He's good. Guy can play. I still think, obviously, I mentioned it every time.
Like, does Queen not look like somebody when he's on the court? Like, does he not look like somebody like we talk about?
Oh, he's a complete hooper. He kind of has that same usage as like a Jokic or a Şengün, where he can actually pass the ball and he can be the main focal point of an offense. I don't know why he's not starting. He's clearly one of the best 5 players you have on your team, but I guess they want to ease him along as a rookie. I mean, it's not because Willie Green has job security. I'd be starting him. You're going to get fired anyway midseason. But look, New Orleans, at the end of the day, we know is one of the worst run organizations in the entire league. And I think Queen's good. Of course, the problem is attached to Queen is the trade, because they don't have their own first-round pick in a very loaded draft class that will end up in the lottery. But look, Queen looks like he's a very solid player, and he might have a triple-double this season if he eventually starts. I don't know why he's not starting, but I'll ask you, do you want to lay 8.5?
Not really, to be honest.
I see 3. I don't want the top pick. That's my argument too. But Willie Green also wants to keep his job. Like you watch Queen play, he should be playing minimum 28 minutes a game.
Is that that's a protected pick?
What, the Pelicans one?
Yeah.
You wish it was protected. No, Atlanta has their unprotected first-round pick. Atlanta might end up with a top 3 lottery pick for just trading away their pick from this past draft. No, it's a really bad trade for New Orleans. But Queen looks very good. He can hoop. Guy can play.
All right. Yeah, I guess. I mean, the Suns should roll. Like, no Jalen Green. We didn't talk about injury report, but no Jalen Green. He is torn. Well, I wouldn't say torn. Let me not put.
It's a shame too because he looked very good against the Clippers, and then he got injured.
He hurt his hamstring again.
Yeah.
Missy is questionable. Jordan Poole's out. Zion's out. Murray's out. Yeah, I do think Derek Queen is really good. It might not be enough. Maybe this is just me being pessimistic about the Suns team, which is, been playing a lot better, especially at home. Luis, I think I saw him in the chat talking about the Suns are they 5-0 at home?
The Suns so far this season, that sounds right. They're 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1. That's what I got here too. 4-1 at home. 3-0 is a home favorite.
They lost the home game by 1 to Memphis. That was back when they started off 1-4 though. So since then they've won 4 of their last 5.
Yeah, so been really good. Pelicans on the road has always been something that you've always kind of wanted to scoff at. They're 1-5 straight up, 3-3 against the spread though. So they've found ways to keep different games close. I probably won't play it, but ATS. I'm sorry, Suns are 5-0 ATS at home, and so this is ugly. Like,
by the way, the Pelicans have 1 road win this season. Do you want to guess which team they beat?
I know this answer. It was Dallas.
That is correct.
Yes,
it
was.
Correct.
It was Dallas. It was Dallas.
Correct.
I knew it. I knew the answer. I knew the answer. Gosh, all the teams in the bottom are just trading wins off against each other. All right, I'll go Suns. If I keep it rolling with fate and the teams at the bottom, I guess I got to go Suns. But 8.5 is really concerning for the Suns team. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, part of me wants to take New Orleans because the Suns laying 8.5 just sounds insane when you look at where this team was about 2 weeks ago. But I think New Orleans is a fake basketball team. I mean, they hung in there against the Clippers. They might stink. They beat Dallas, so congrats, I guess. I mean, played Denver. They lost by, 90. Played the Thunder, lost by a ton. Like, I don't think that they're great, but they have actually kept 3 of their 5 road games against non-star teams, non-Thunder, non-Nuggets teams. All the road losses were by 6 or fewer points. So they have randomly been competitive. Actually, they lost to San Antonio by 7. So they actually have been competitive in some of these games. You know what? I'll be different. Give me the Pelicans. No chance I bet this game either way. Not interested. But I am a bit concerned about how many people are just casually laying 8.5 with Phoenix without Jalen Green.
Oh, Luis, well, he's casually.
He's a Suns fan, so that's not even casually. He's just
Luis said he got 7.5 already.
Luis messaged me on Instagram at like 2 a.m. last night saying, by the way, put $5 on the Suns to win the division. See what happens. I'm like, all right, we'll see what happens. Okay.
He said what?
He's trying to get me to bet on the Suns to win the division, but he messages me on Instagram all the time. You're gonna want the Suns. Like he's all in on the Suns Kool-Aid. So yeah, Luis. No offense, I am aware of the bias in every Suns take you give me. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, he's trying to bring me over to the Suns bandwagon at this point. I'm not going to bet this, but I'll go New Orleans plus the 8.5.
Number of people in the chat are in on the Suns. I don't know, man. The Suns are not a team. I am all for fate in the teams at the bottom. But
they're better than I thought, but 8.5 with the Suns I just think is conceptually a bit crazy. Yeah. It's a little bit out there for me. I'm not going to bother.
Yeah. I'll take it, but I'm not betting that. All right. Minnesota. Laying 7.5. Yes, Utah. Utah's at home. 234.5 is the total. Injury report. And Minnesota played yesterday.
Well, technically.
They were in the game.
It wasn't a game, but they technically
they had shoot around yesterday against the Kings.
They had a prolonged scrimmage. That's what happened. They won by about like 80. It was ugly. They won by 27.
Yo, Walker Kessler getting shoulder surgery to end his season was insane to me.
You got to let Nurkic cook sometimes, you know?
Just like the beginning of the year, Walker Kessler's out for the rest of the year. What?
Well, that's Utah. What does that have to do with this?
What?
We're talking about the game against the Kings yesterday.
Oh,
You're
my bad.
segueing right back. I thought we were going to
yeah.
roast the Kings for a few minutes. You just went
Oh,
right
no,
into
I
it.
wasn't. I had moved on. You were still roasting the Kings.
I was. The Timberwolves scored 31-plus points in every quarter. It was not good. Shout out to Precious Achua, by the way, who I didn't even realize was on the Kings. He had a double-double yesterday for Sacramento. I did not know he was on Sacramento. So nice double-double for Precious. But, yeah, it was a shoot-around. Nothing else to add. It was one-way traffic the entire game. So they played yesterday, but not really. Sorry, we can get back into it. They killed Utah by also about 80 a couple days ago. But do you think Utah's a real team?
Yeah. I think Utah is better than all the other bad teams. If I had to rank the bad teams, and we're talking about Nets, Wizards, are we throwing the Mavs in there?
I think we have to at this point because they can't score.
Okay.
Pelicans
Mavs.
are in there.
Pelicans.
We can throw in injured Hornets.
Yeah, Hornets. Yeah, I think Utah's better than all of them.
Yeah. I will point out they played on Friday in Memphis and Minnesota. They played on Friday in Minnesota, and Utah lost by 40. So they did just play over the weekend. But
Scott,
at home,
they're on a what? Was that a 5-game road trip?
I believe so.
We have it now. I will admit, the first home game after the road trip is concerning, and that is the concerning spot for them. But Utah's still 3-0 against the spread at home.
I've mentioned this on the show. I think they might be a classic Jazz year of being competitive at home and being complete walkovers on the road.
Everybody's forgotten that they just went on an incredibly long road trip. They just been on a long road trip. They're finally back home. Maybe this is the home spot not to back them. I'm still going to do it, but maybe this is the home spot not to back them. Maybe. But tomorrow against Indiana, it's gonna be Utah all the way.
I think
I almost kind of want them to look horrible in this spot
to get a better number against Indiana.
Yes, but I can't do that because they just lost by 1 million to the same team.
Yeah,
on the road. Come on, they're about to go back home and they're gonna hoop. I'm all the way in on Utah today. Give me Utah plus the points. I see JR is not in on Utah. There's probably other people in the chat that are not in on Utah, but this is going to be the classic Utah gets home and hoops. Classic Utah.
I think it's going to be one of two stories here. You get the not really immediate rematch because there was a game in between, but you do get a bit of a revenge game zigzag theory when you get embarrassed and I have a chance to not get killed. But Minnesota, do I think Minnesota's great? Not really. They can score, though. I'm not sure Utah can score. Utah has scored less than 106 in 5 straight games. They can't score to save their lives at the moment. And defensively, they've been up and down, is the term I'll use. I'll go Minnesota, but I might not bet this, but I think Minnesota should win. I'll go Minnesota in this one. I need to see Utah actually put together a decent offensive showing. And I don't know if they can. So I'll go Minnesota, but I do acknowledge they are better at home than on the road. Give me Minnesota by 12. Utah
guess what the one road game they won was? It was Boston. It was the Boston revenge game for Will Hardy. This team knows how to get up when they need to get up.
For Will Hardy, I had the Nurkic over points, game-winning layup. Let's go Nurkic.
I know. Shout out to that game.
Shout out to the double-double.
We were talking about that the last time I was on the show. Yeah, I know. Shout out to that game. I was so hyped watching that game. Yeah. Especially in the end when he got the buzzer beater.
If Kessler was playing, I would take Utah, but without Kessler, I don't think I think Nurkic is just an embarrassment on defense. Like, they can't guard a pick and roll with Nurkic on the court. It's just
why is it 7.5 then? And they were catching 15.5 points at Minnesota.
Yeah,
it's 7.5 for a reason. Utah's to play. Give me Utah take a Utah at home.
I can agree with that part. It does feel very trappy, which is why I might not bet the game. But I can't bet Utah right now.
And then what if Ant doesn't play?
Get ready to learn Bones Highland, buddy. It's a Bones Highland masterclass.
They could easily be like, yeah, let's not play Ant this
I would say Rob Dillingham, but he's only going to play 2 minutes, so I can't mention his props because they don't use him ever. So Randall's had a couple triple doubles this season, so that's an option.
Yeah. Still like over. Minnesota will do their fair share of the scoring, and Utah is going to run that blazing fast pace at home, and they're going to put up points.
I'm going to go Utah team total under. I'll disagree. Once again, they scored less than 106 in 5 straight.
We're on the road.
I get it. But
no,
I'm basically avoiding this game entirely, but I'll dare Utah to score.
I am, Free Sauce has pointed out, I am going against my first home game back after a long road trip with Utah here. But I'm telling you, Utah at home is going to be a good thing. I'm going to continue to bet them at home.
I am going to point out, by the way, JR was mentioning Connolly double-double. I'm going to throw this out there. I don't know if you are aware of how washed Mike Connolly actually is. I'll put it this way. Minnesota sports fans hope he can play quarterback because he definitely can't play basketball anymore. Like, Connolly's done. If you've been watching Connolly play, he can't move. Like, Connolly can't play. It's over. It is beyond Jover at this point for Connolly. He can't play. Have you watched Connolly play this season?
I've seen his short spurts off of the bench.
It is not pretty watching Connolly play. He cannot move laterally anymore.
He slows and he settles them down, slows the pace down.
No, like, there's veteran leadership there. He does some things, but no, he can't move. Like, doubles for Connolly, that would be a miracle at this point. I don't see that at all. I get the angle you're trying to mention, being a guard against Utah's defense, former, player for that team. But no, Connolly can't move at this point.
Yeah.
Connolly's like ceiling 15-minute player at this point. He can't move. So no, I will not be taking Connolly props for the rest of the season. Unless they're unders. He legitimately cannot move.
I like Lauri Markkanen to have a 30-point game too. Feels like that. All right. Atlanta Hawks on the road. Going to play Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers are lay at 5.5.
By the way, I keep saying I should take it easy on Connolly. Listen, I like Mike Connolly too. I loved him on the grit and grind teams. But I do think you're looking at a situation where a guy's just well past his prime. If we're mentioning props for actual money, I can't recommend overs on Mike Connolly. As a player, I love Mike Connolly. But at the same point, if we're talking about gambling, I will never encourage somebody to bet on Mike Connolly overs in 2025. I can't do that. That is just something that is not going to happen for me. So that's my compromise there. He's a future Hall of Famer, Mike Connolly. But this year, no, I can't take his overs. It's just not going to happen.
I love when Scott goes on like his random rants about a player.
I'm watching the games and I'm like, this is
like, how did we get on a Mike Conley rant?
Well, because somebody mentioned double and I'm trying to save the money. Like, no, like, this is important. Spots are spots, but you also got to mention how the player's just not cutting it at this point. Like,
good to see my guy. Good to see my guy skiing here because we're talking about the Clippers and the Clippers are horrible. He's laughing to the bank with this Clippers team. The Clippers are horrible. Shout out to him for having the Jazz in the first opening game too, going up against.
They killed them that game too. What, they have 81 in the first half of that game?
It was easy. Oh, it was easy, dude. Bradley Beal's questionable. Kawhi Leonard is out. Jalen Johnson's questionable. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's questionable. There's no Trae Young here. I mean, what could get us to bet the Clippers? It's actually people that are betting the Clippers. That's the funny part.
Well, I'll put it this way. With all the injuries Atlanta has, they still beat the Lakers. They were at home. The Clippers, whether they win this game or not, and whether they cover, they better win this damn game. I'm not saying they're going to, but they better win this damn game. If they don't win this game, the whole team might implode. You can't keep punting these games. Now, I know Kawhi's injured, still getting paid under the table, but he's not playing in these games. Beal's been terrible. I mean, that's one big drop-off, is that they thought they could replace Norman Powell with
Bradley Beal.
And Beal's been horrific. I mean, that's a serious problem. But I do think at the end of the day, the Clippers should win this game at home. But damn, I can't trust this team at all. I'll go Clippers, but I'm not going to bet this. I can't. But they really better win this damn game.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think this is wrong team favorite. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, there's nothing good to like about this Clippers team, and they don't have Kawhi Leonard, and they probably don't have Bradley Beal, and that's probably because they probably have them actually listed here because if Bradley Beal doesn't play, that's probably a little bit better for the Clippers at this point. But I mean, Bradley Beal's been horrible. There's no Kawhi Leonard in the game. James Harden is supposed to be 5.5 points better than this Atlanta Hawks team that just beat the Lakers with nobody playing. Like, I mean, I get the letdown spot, and I feel like we've seen this story before, but like the Hawks actually haven't been horrible defensively recently. They haven't been absolutely atrocious on the road either. They're not giving up 125, 130 points per night every single night. And they play solid basketball. Like, anybody with a beating pulse can beat this Clippers team.
Yeah.
I am like, okay, Zubac. That may be the one angle that the Clippers really have something really going for him, and that's just how dominant he can be on the inside. But like the Clippers look horrible defensively. They run a killer slow pace, and now you got to go play this Hawks team that runs up and down court, up and down, up and down, up and down.
Well, to be fair, the Hawks have played a bit slower once Trey's been injured, but yes, they have been playing.
I mean, even in the last 5 games, they're still top 10 in pace. Give me anybody that is top 10 in pace against Clippers. Yeah. Just blindly give me anybody top 10 in pace against the Clippers. They're not going to be able to keep up. You can run them out of the building.
I can't stand this Clippers team. It's a shame, too, because they're so talented on paper. I mean, I made the running joke their team would be so good in, like, NBA 2K19, but, like, this team is just not cutting it the way it should. By the way, I see a comment quickly from J-Man. Just to be clear, Kyle Lowry is 100% a Hall of Famer. Like, that's not even a discussion. He's 100% going to make it into the Hall of Fame. Connolly could argue about, I think he might end up getting in because he's such a well-liked guy. It feels like everybody loves Mike Connolly. I think he might end up getting in just for the likability. Kyle Lowry is 100% a Hall of Famer. That's not
Kyle Lowry is going to be one of them Hall of Famers that, like, we're going to be old. Like, we're going to be old when Kyle Lowry made the Hall of Fame, but they'll put him in there.
I don't care about first ballot or not. Connolly, I think at some point might get in Veterans Committee. Who knows? But Kyle Lowry will 100% be a Hall of Famer.
It's going to be one of them. It's going to be like when you see somebody that gets inducted into the Hall of Fame now and their pictures are black and white. That's going to be like when Mike Conley and Kyle Lowry get
But people are going to ask you, like, grandkids, how good was this guy? It's like, oh, he was solid.
Yeah, he was a solid player.
That's all you say. You say 2 words. You say 3 words. He was solid. Then you move on to somebody else. That's how it goes. No, Lowry's guaranteed to be a Hall of Famer. Guy's a ring. I mean, Connolly never won a ring. That's the main thing against it. But Lowry in Toronto, he's like the Raptors fans' favorite player of all time. Besides maybe Vince Carter, but Vince Carter left on bad terms. No, he'll make the Hall of Fame. Like, guaranteed. But either way, going back to this game, I'll go Clippers. But if you think I'm betting the Clippers, you're out of your damn mind.
1-8 ATS on the season.
They look like it. They definitely look like it. This team is not good. And I do want to ask you, if we're talking about, there's some scandals attached to it on the side for certain coaches. If they don't turn it around, does Ty Lue get potentially, is he on the hot seat?
Who's on that staff? By the way, we were talking about
on the staff. Van Gundy. Got Van Gundy on that staff.
Oh yeah, okay. See, they have a legit person to go to. I was going to talk about the Orlando. By the way, Sham God is on the staff. He could be elevated to head coach if Jamal Mosley were to get fired. So,
I'm just saying, keep an eye out for some potential rumblings because Lou is linked to that whole Chauncey situation as well. We'll see. And also a reminder for Hall of Fame, by the way, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame, not the NBA Hall of Fame. So you include everything. It's not just the NBA. So keep that in mind. That's
why Joakim Noah is going to be a Hall of Famer.
I got to remember the international stuff for him.
Oh, yeah. He's 100% going to be a Basketball Hall of Famer. That's for sure.
I'm trying to think of guys with like unbelievable international careers. Patty Mills.
And you got to think about the NCAA championships too. Like, there's a lot of people.
For the record, the NBA career was fine. It wasn't amazing, but I don't think people realize how good international Patty Mills is, and I'm just going to throw that out there. International Patty Mills
Patty
is crazy.
Mills making the Basketball Hall of Fame.
He'll give your favorite player 30 while playing for Australia. Just keep an eye out for international Patty Mills. But anyway, getting back to this, I'll go Clippers, but I'm not betting this game.
What? You're taking the Clippers?
I think that talent-wise, they're much better than Atlanta, but there's no chance I bet this team. I can't do it. I can't.
No way, Sky. I can't even say I'm taking
Atlanta on the road? I can handle
What?
Atlanta at home. On the road?
This Clippers team sucks.
Oh, I'm not saying they're good. I'm aware of that. I like the under in the game. I think the game's going to be disgusting. But Hawks are actually 3-2 on the road this season, which is better than normal. I don't know. That Lakers game was so weird that I just have a hard time evaluating it. That game is so bizarre. Yeah, I get where you're coming
making
from,
them my dog. I'm shocked. I was considering making Atlanta the dog.
You can still do that. It's fine.
I might. We'll see. There's a couple of options. There's some really good dog options today, by the way.
JR asked if I've seen how good JaVale McGee's been overseas. I've seen it. You know who's going to make the Basketball Hall of Fame? Stephon Marbury. He's making the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Man.
Think about that for a second. He's a god in China.
Yeah.
They made him a museum just for Marbury.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
He's an entire museum. Stephon Marbury might make should make the Basketball Hall of Fame. Like China loves the damn guy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. All right. 220.5 is total. I'll take under.
Yeah, I like the under too.
I'll take under. I think even though Atlanta is gonna run the Clippers tired, it's gonna affect their efficiency in the game. I don't think the Clippers gonna put up much points, and I think Atlanta do very, very ugly Atlanta basketball in the game.
Yeah, by the way, I see somebody mentioning, I was joking about Patty Mills making the Hall of Fame, by the way, but internationally, whatever. He said if Patty gets in, then Schroeder's got to make it in. I've tweeted about international Schroeder. Schroeder on Germany is a top 10 point guard in the world. I don't give a damn. Eurobasket Schroeder is an absolute demon. Shout out to Dennis Schroeder. NBA Dennis Schroeder up and down. Germany Dennis Schroeder, guy's crazy. So yes, that's a good shout, Pat. Good shout.
All right. Lock dog. We got to get out of here.
Went off the rails. Yeah, I know. It's a good time, though.
Oh, my God, man. All right. Wait, no, it's you. You're the mojo.
All right.
I was about to go. I was really about to ruin it, but I remember last second. Go ahead.
That's fine. So for the lock on the show, am I actually giving out the over in the Cavs game?
I mean, come on.
I honestly might. It was either that or the Spurs. Because I really think the Spurs are in a great spot matchup-wise to beat the Bulls. But I might do an alt. I might do an alt on them because the line is pretty short. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's have some fun. Give me the over in the Heat game at an insanely high number. I'll dare them to hold each other to below 120 apiece. Give me the over 247.5 as my lock. We've seen numbers in the 250s before, mainly Atlanta and like Indiana when they would play, and that game landed like 300. So we've seen high totals just fly over anyway. They got the 267 against Portland. Like I just think Miami's a dead over team. Give me the over as my lock for that one. For the dog.
What a deep pull.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry. I was talking about the chat. My bad.
Well, which player did they mention as I'm looking for my lock?
Elijah Arroyo.
Oh, shout out to Arroyo. Shout out to Rudy Fernandez, too. So somebody mentioned him, too. Loved him at Real Madrid. He was with Luka for a bit there. But I'm trying to think what I'm going to go with for a dog here. It's either going to be San Antonio alt spread, or it's going to be an alt spread of some kind. I would consider Detroit because I've been blindly fading the Wizards with alt spreads, and it's been working out for me. But back-to-back could be a bit tricky. I'll go San Antonio for this one. I think it's a great matchup. The fact is they got Fox back. He looked very good in his first game back. Castle looked great. Wemby's offense has kind of cooled off, and they're winning anyway. Giddey has hurt pride and ankles, so he might not play in this game. I'll go with San Antonio minus 7.5 at plus 145.
I didn't say Carlos?
I
didn't say Carlos? What'd I say?
I don't think Carlos Arroyo, he was on the Heat, right? Wasn't he on the Heat for a bit?
No, yeah, the international player. But like, what'd I say?
You didn't say Carlos. I forgot what you said, but no.
Oh, my bad.
I remember Carlos Arroyo, though, getting some Heat minutes. That I remember. But
all right. My bad. What was your dog again?
My dog was the Spurs minus 7.5, plus 145.
Okay. Nice buy up. Lock.
You said Elijah, who is a Seahawks guy.
Oh, I said, duh.
He's that random tight end that gets targeted like once again.
Yeah, no, I like him.
Yeah, he's not bad.
That's probably why I said it,
much.
because I do actually like him. So that's probably why I said it. All right. I like a lot of dogs.
Take some points.
Yeah. Okay. Lock. Portland plus 2.5. We got to take advantage of them playing all these teams in the second leg with back-to-back. Dog. It's between Utah and Atlanta.
Okay.
Miami.
Just take Atlanta. You get the laugh at the Clippers.
Miami is in consideration as well. I might do one of Sean's 3-team money line round robins and have Miami, Utah, and Atlanta all in round robin.
You can do that.
Utah. No, wait. Should I?
You know what? Better idea. Save that for your
Utah.
parlay. Do a parlay at the end. Save that for the parlay.
Yeah. No. Round. Yeah. Give me Utah. Give me Utah.
Okay.
I'll make Utah the dog.
Let me see what the best price is on that.
Plus 250.
I was trying to see if there was a better number out there for you. I see plus. Yeah, I see 250. Okay.
Yeah, take Utah. Give me Utah as a dog plus 250. Utah, Atlanta, Heat, money line round robin. I mean, those all feel like very, very good dog plays, especially Fate and the Clippers again. All right. Anything else, Scott, before we get up out of here?
No. Once again, pretty fun overall slate. We went off the rails internationally, which is always fun. Sorry if I sabotaged your opinion on Mike Conley. It wasn't personal, but I like Mike Conley, but it is what it is. Either way, once again, a lot of games should be fun, and I'll back in. Actually, no, I will not be back tomorrow. I'll be back on Wednesday.
All right. With that, he's at Reichel Radio. I'm at __. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA. 5-star rating review wherever you get your podcast, and also make sure that you drop a like on the video when you are watching on YouTube before you get up out of here. Need those likes, comments, all of that. With that, very, very, very steamy day here on the NBA. Got a lot of dogs that I'm getting down on today, so let's see how that goes. With that, that's it. Nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to like this. We are out of here.
Basketball, gimme.